Okay, look at Ephesians chapter 3, I guess. Verse 20. He said, now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above what? All. So that description shows this dimension we are talking about. He's talking about exceeding abundantly above all, that we may what? Ask or think. But he now made a caveat there that I don't like. He said, according to the power at work in us, not the power at work in God. That is the reason why something can be possible with me, not possible with him. It's not possible with him. Something that can be possible with somebody else and not be the same God in the same church under the same pastor, the same Holy Spirit. He said that God is able to do these things according to the power that is at work in you, not the power at work in God. God is limited by our capacity. Let's agree on that. There is no two ways about it. So God can do certain things with him that he may not do with, yet he's not a respecter of men. As far as this our walk with God is concerned, everything is not possible with everybody in God. There are certain things God will not be able to do except certain vessels are available. He says according to the power that is at work. That means you can only spend based on what you have saved, what you have accumulated. If rain falls now, and while the rain is falling, we all have our different vessels we brought out to collect. Because the simple meaning of capacity is the maximum quantity or amount of a thing something can hold, something can capture, something can receive. Imagine it's raining now, you have a cup, he has a bucket, he has a drum, another person has a well, and the rain is falling, massive rainfall. And it fell for probably 10 hours or 20 hours or 40 hours as the case may be. As the rain finished falling, the water has dried up. Now it's time for us to spend. Somebody is spending from a cup of water because that was a capacity of what he brought out. Somebody is spending from a bucket of water because that was a capacity she brought out. Somebody is spending from. So you see that the one that brought cup will be going to the one that has drum to collect. They are both the same Christians. She will be carrying her cup to the drum man and say, please help me. That's what is happening in church. Then the person that has drum will be going to the person that has well to collect. The difference is not about the water that fell, it's about the capacity they had. Let me tell you, even this thing that you're doing here in community, I know that one of the things that is happening that God is enlarging capacity. But another thing that I'm going to tell you is that at the end of it, what we decide what people get is also the capacity they came with. Let me tell you something you don't like. God doesn't use you because he loves you. He uses you because he trusts you. So God may love you more than he loves him, but God will use him more than he, because God using you has nothing to do with God loving you. It has everything to do with your capacity, your ability to carry God and deliver result. God is result driven, is result oriented. So you will see Jesus crying out that the harvest is plenteous. But what is the problem? He said laborers. He didn't say evangelists. There has never been scarcity of evangelists. There has never been scarcity of teachers. There has never been scarcity of pastors. They don't exist. God will keep calling people because he's looking for laborers among them. There are laboring pastors. There are laboring teachers. There are people talk about those who labor in the word. They are teachers. These are laboring teachers. They are laboring prophets. They are laboring apostles. Title is not what we are talking about. And the reward is for laborers. Have you checked why many are called and then he doesn't choose everybody? What is the matter? The matter is after he has called you, he starts building capacity in you. After the process of building capacity, if you don't give in to the process, you are not choosing. So he says that the harvest is plenteous. And this is God talking now. But he said the problem we have here is that what? Laborers are very few. He now said, engage God. Let him begin to lay hand on men and begin to transform men into laborers. God himself cried out and said, I sought for a man. How can God be seeking for a man in a nation that have millions of people? That means men in God's terms is not head and leg and stomach. There is something else that he means when he says, I'm looking for a man. It's not that thing you think. You know, when they ask you, you say you are a man. God may not agree you are a man. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Because he said, I'm looking for a man. And somebody said, Lord, I'm here, I'm a man. I'm a he. He said, no, you are not among. So why is he looking for a man? That means he's not going to use everybody. He's not going to use anything. Yeah, his requirement. How many of you get what I'm saying? Don't cry, God use me, God use me. No. See, if you allow God to build capacity in you, you are the one that will saying, I don't want. He'll be telling you, please, please. Did you know that God had to change certain things just to pull Moses in? Because he has built capacity in Moses, and yet Moses didn't want to go. Initially, Moses wanted to go and do the same assignment with that capacity. 40 years ago, the first day in ministry, he killed somebody. He had wrong strategies. Did you imagine that Moses wanted to be a prince in Egypt and also a deliverer of Israel at the same time? God says it's not possible. Now, the Bible is saying when he came of age, he now made a decision. What is called coming of age is maturity, is capacity. That means God is looking at you now. He can trust your decisions. Not that they carry grace and put on you and you just see one woman now and left the hotel and move on. No. When he came of age, he took a decision. He forsook Egypt. So when you start growing in capacity, you start forsaking things. Or until you become like a Christmas fowl that they've removed all the hair. This is how you will be. They will say, what happened to you? He said, God has dealt with me. It's called the dealings of God, the making of the man that God uses. God doesn't use you the way you are. Oh my God. If the cane of God is not on your back, he has not looked your side. Because the moment he looked at you, the breaking process will start. They will break your suit. You know you are still shining. Hi. My God. These guys are still shining. You want microphone. They will not say, come and sing. You will go outside and hide. You can't come out. That means you are like this.